Good morning, dear children. Today we will start with chapter 10, Algebraic Expressions and Identities. In the previous class, also in class 6 and class 7, you have studied and you have done sums based on this algebraic expressions and identities. So, starting with some fundamental concept, we will start with the exercise. Fundamental concept, constant. In this, when we will study algebraic expression, we will deal with some words that is constant, variables. So what is constant? A symbol which has a fixed value is called a constant. For example, any number that is 7, a symbol which can be given various numerical value which do not have a fixed value, like 7, -3, they are having a fixed value. Now, that type of symbol which does not have a fixed value are called as variables or literals. For example, if it is given C is equal to 2 in bracket A plus B plus C, therefore we can say there 2 is a constant and C, A, B, C are variable. Here we can say that 2 is a constant because its value is fixed, and C, A, B, C, their value is not fixed, therefore we can say as a variable. Now many more terms are there which you have studied in the previous class also. We will discuss when we will solve the exercise. So starting with the exercise 10.1, question number 1. Question number 1, you have to find out, we have to identify monomials, binomials and trinomials from the following algebraic expressions. Some of the expressions are given there, and from that we have to find out algebraic, we have to find out if they are monomials, binomials or trinomials. So we can discuss with question number 2. It is given 3x square into y divided by 2z. Monomials, we know that they are having one term. Binomial, they have two terms. Trinomial, they have three terms. Three x square plus y divided by 2z we can write as 3x square y upon 2z. Therefore, we can say that in this algebraic expression they having only one term. It is having only one term. Therefore, it will be a monomial. Question number 2. Question number 3. -3 plus 7x. Now, -3 and plus 7x square we can't solve because they are not like terms. Therefore, we can say there are two terms. One is -3 and the second term is 7x square. Therefore, we can say that it is a binomial. Question number 4. Question number 4, 5a square minus 3b square plus c. We can write as 5a square upon 2 minus 3b square upon 2 plus c upon 2. They are having three terms, therefore we can say that it is a trinomial. And like this we can solve all the questions of question number 1. Coming to question number 2, identify which of the following expressions are polynomial. If so, write their degrees. Polynomial, they all have the power, positive power they are having. Polynomial, they are having positive power. If the power is negative, it is not a polynomial. First question is 2 upon 5 x to the power 4 minus root 3 x square plus 5x minus 1. Here in the first term, x square, 2 power is there. Third expression third term x to the power 1 means 1 is there. Here we can say that the highest power is the degree of the polynomial. Here we can say highest power is 4. Therefore, the degree of the polynomial will be what? 4. It will be 4. Therefore, we can say that highest degree of the polynomial, highest power of a polynomial is the degree of the polynomial. Coming to the second question, 7x cube minus 3x square minus 3 upon x square plus root 5. Now first term is having 3 as a power. Second term is having 3 upon x square. Therefore we can write x is having as minus 2 power. When we will change into numerator side, then x power will be negative. Therefore what we can say, in polynomial no power should be in negative. No power should be negative. Therefore it is not a polynomial. Third question, 4a cube b square. 4a cube b square. So 3 and 2 means 3 plus 2 we will do, 5 it will come. Then a b4, a to the power 1 and b to highest power is 5. Therefore the degree of the polynomial will be 5. Again in the fourth question, xy is in the denominator. Therefore it will have a negative power. Therefore it will not be a polynomial. Coming to question number 3, we have to add the following. Question number 2, 5p square q square plus 4pq plus 7, and we have to add with 3 plus 9pq minus 2p square q square. Now when we will add, we will write as 5p square plus 4pq plus 7 plus the second expression plus 3 plus 9pq minus 2p square q square. Next step is to bring the like terms together. Here 5p square q square and this one p square q square, so we will bring it together, minus 2p square q square plus 4pq plus 9pq together, and the constant together, plus 7 plus 3. Here when we will subtract it, it will come 3p square q square, and here when we will add it, it will come plus 13pq. Here plus 7 plus 3, it will come plus 10. This will be your answer. Now next question, question number 3, third one, L square plus M square plus N square, comma LM plus MN plus MN plus NL, comma NL plus LM. Now again what we will do, we will write all the there. Next we will write M square, any M square is there, no other M square is there. Next N square, no other N square is there. Next we will write LM, any LM is there, yes, and one LM is there, therefore we have written 2LM. Here MN and MN, therefore 2MN, NL and NL, 2NL. So answer will be L square plus M square plus N square plus 2LM plus 2MN plus 2NL. Next question, question number 4. We have to subtract 8xy plus 4yz plus 5zx from 12xy minus 3yz minus 4zx plus 5xyz, means second expression minus first expression. In subtraction, when we subtract, the sign of the second expression changes. The sign of the second expression changes. Now what we will write? We have written the second expression first, 12xy minus 3yz minus 4zx plus 5xyz minus 8xy plus 4yz plus 5zx. We have written this in bracket because when we will open the bracket, all the sign of the second expression will be changed. Therefore, it has come minus 8xy minus 4yz, plus has changed into minus, plus has changed into minus. Next step, again we will do the same. We will bring the like terms together. 12xy minus 7yz minus 4zx and minus 5zx. It has come 9zx minus, and 5xyz has left, so we will write plus 5xyz. This will be your answer. Same way, question number 3, 4p square minus 3pq plus 5pq square minus 8p plus 7q minus 10 from the other expression. Again we will write the second expression first and then minus first expression. Sign of the first expression will change, and then we will get the answer by solving. Question number 5. Subtract the sum of 3x square plus 5xy plus 7y square plus 3 and 2x square minus 4xy minus 3y square plus 7 from 9x square minus 8xy plus 11y square. We have to take out the sum of first two expressions. So first we will add it. When we will add the first two expression, answer will come this, and we have to subtract it from the third expression. So third expression is 9x square minus 8xy, and whatever answer has come we will subtract it. When we will subtract it, the sign of the second expression will change and we will get the answer 4x square minus 9xy plus 7y square minus 10. This will be your answer. Next question, what must be subtracted from 3a square minus 5ab minus 2b square minus 3 to get 5a square minus 7ab minus 3b square? So what you will do? You will do first expression minus second expression. Therefore, we will do subtract first expression minus second expression. When we will subtract, answer will come this. Next question is, the perimeter of a triangle is 7p square minus 5p plus 11, and the two sides are p square plus 2p minus 1 and 3p square minus 6p plus 3. We know that the perimeter of a triangle is sum of three sides. Two sides are given. We have to take out the third side. So whatever two sides are given, we will add it and we will subtract it from the perimeter. Therefore, we have written one formula. Perimeter of a triangle is equal to sum of three sides. Therefore, perimeter is given in the question equals to first side plus second side plus third side. Therefore, third side, we can say third side will be equal to perimeter minus sum of both the side. And when we will subtract it from the perimeter, answer will come 3p square minus p plus 9. This was all about exercise 10.1. In the next lecture, we will discuss questions of 10.2.